There is a paradigm shift. Ghanaians should be embrace themselves to do away with the past and launch into the new things and new areas. Mr. President, I congratulate you and your team for leading us into this new direction. Let us not make the lives of our children political. It is sad. One makes it 4 years, another makes it 3 years, another makes it 2 years, and we are playing guinea pigs with our children. Can I pause and say something? Your Excellency, there's a story in a particular hospital in a country I don't want to mention. There was a particular bed. Every morning, 7 a.m., someone dies on that bed. For about 2 weeks, so the people thought it was demonic. So they called the prophets to go and do deliverance on the bed. They brought the media. They brought the scientists and everyone. They wanted to see what will happen at 7 in the morning. Just before 7, a dear lady came. I'm sorry, it's a lady. I'm not a sexist. Who happens to be a cleaner of the hospital. The first thing she does, put her things there, take her mobile phone, and unplug a life support machine that is giving people life at 7 on the spot. Immediately she unplugged it, something happened and they were there. So they realized that it was because of illiteracy. If you think education is expensive, try literacy. Mr. President, we are in full support of any education drive, provided it becomes national and people from all walks of life are allowed to bring their ideas. Because one of my friends has said, none of us is smarter than all of us.
Education is a tool for development, not for self-serving, partisan, political debates. It is a tool for the development of our nation. And that is what all of us should commit ourselves to. That every young person in this country, no matter where they are in Ghana, no matter the circumstances of their parents, have access to education. We don't know what village is going to produce the Ghanaian Einstein. We don't know what village is going to... And if we have that perspective, then we will support the initiative that will make it possible. The first year of the free senior high school policy that was unveiled in September last year, 90,000 more young men and women got into secondary school than the year before. So you can imagine, without the policy, that would have meant that every year at least 100,000 young men and women were dropping out of the educational system at the level of junior high school. That cannot help the development of our country. This year, the figure has doubled. The figure that is coming to school in September and October this year is 180,000 more than we had in the year before. And that is why we had to devise intelligent solutions as to how we could use the existing infrastructure to cater for this additional number of people. It's going to grow and grow. And I think that the time will come very soon when, in fact, it will be part of an act of parliament that every child in Ghana must go to school at least up to high school. I'm very happy to have your support for the building of the cathedral and the fact that the first contributor to the work is a member of your church. It says everything at all. And I'm very grateful to him. I have no difficulty in asserting my Christian faith. I see myself as a Christian in politics and as one whose politics is deeply influenced by his Christian values. I don't have any difficulty in asserting that. I'm aware that our country has freedom of worship, freedom of religion, and that there are other religions in the country Sometimes when I make this statement, people come up to me and say, "Oh, be careful, you may alienate." I said, "No, I cannot alienate anybody if I declare my faith. I cannot. That is my faith. And if I declare it, I'm declaring my faith. That cannot be something that anybody can quarrel with or find objectionable." So you can see how happy I am to be amongst you. And I'm hoping that this will be a good platform for me to call for partnership between the church and the government to prosecute our common agenda of seeking to uplift the moral, political, spiritual, and economic life of our people. We want a partnership which is founded on common values of service to mankind, of love and solidarity with our fellow human beings, of truth, of honesty and integrity. And if we focus on these values, it will enable us to lift up our country and fulfill the word of God and realize the promise of immortality that Christ offers to all true believers. And it is my favorite passage from the gospel, and I never tire of quoting it. I am the resurrection and the Lord. He whosoever believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. That is it will be very misplaced on my part to compete with what we've just heard today. That is not what I intend to do. But I'm very grateful for this opportunity to share these few words with you. And I hope you have a successful Biennial General Council meeting. May God bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. Thank you very much indeed.